Well, guys, if it ain't one thing, it's another. Got the ignition buttoned up, ran for about 10-15 seconds, died on me, wouldn't start again. Crankety, crankety, crankety. Wouldn't fire. Threw a little carb cleaner down the carburetor throat, ran for 3 seconds, quit. Crank, 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 nothing. Sounds like a fuel problem. I think we got a fuel problem. Let's look at this. Here's what I pulled out of the fuel line towards the front. You see the greenish yellow on the top and the not just green, not yellow on the bottom, and the line between it. Yeah, well, this bottom layer is water. And here's what the rest I pulled out of the tank here. Sorry if you can't see this too good, but wow. There's about 1.25 gallons total in here. I'm thinking maybe about 24-30 ounces tops of water. That bottom layer is nothing but water. Here, let me show you. Ooh. Look at that. That's hypnotic. But yeah. Apparently the epoxy I used to patch the front of this tank, which I cannot show you at the moment because the tank's still in, didn't totally seal, and I knew it because when I first filled it up after I patched it, over 8 gallons, it was a 16-gallon tank, I had a really slow drip up the front here, right around here. It was coming from the top. Let's see if I can show you that side. There you go. The holes are above the flange there. It's on the top side. So it rained like hell last week for the first time this season. I am down in Florida, and the summer rains are back. So, but I mean, it really rained down here, and we had a little tropical depression come through. It poured. So there was water coming down through the holes in the bed onto the top of the tank, run down the front, getting past the epoxy into the hole into the tank, and that's all rainwater. So it's about 10-15% of the volume that was in the tank. So let's drop the tank again, and we got some PC-7 Epoxy Paste, which I've heard from several good sources is a good way to get these things sealed up. The holes aren't very big under there. I'm going to chip all the old epoxy putty off. Biggest hole is probably 1/4 inch across, but because it's a paste, it'll fill that up no problem. I'm going to clean it really, really good. Sand her down really good, scuff it good so it's got something good to bite onto and hang on to. And we'll get it all coated and seal it back up, and while I'm in there I'll see about the fuel sender, which is also not working. Stopped working when the ignition garbage started. So ongoing, we're going to get her back running one of these days. It's just patient, one thing at a time. Stay tuned to the Bat channel, folks. Well, there you go, guys. Epoxy putty repair that ain't much of a repair. I just got done washing this down with soapy water and pressure testing it. Look at this. See? It just separated off, and I put that on nice plain metal too. I cleaned that to the bejeebers when I did this, and it's just peeling off. So that's soft. It's still on there. Hopefully it'll come off easy with a screwdriver or putty knife or something, so I can get the other stuff going. It only seems to be right in this area, because that's where a bunch of leaves and dirt used to collect, and the acid from the leaves and the water eventually eat through the steel. But I put this on here, and it was all nice and flat, but you can see it's just pulled up, and it rains, water comes down right down through there and into the holes right into the tank. So there you go. That's that part. Also got a bad fuel sender unit in here. I put a new fuel pump in here about 4 or 5 months ago. So I'm going to see what's going on with this. Fuel pump looks good. We'll lighten there in a second.
sock doesn't look too good. That was white when I put that on there. I gotta get the sender off of here and see what's up with that. Don't hear any fluid in the float. But then maybe dirty inside. The wires might be broke. I'll have to take that apart and find out. Doesn't look that bad. But we'll see. Put that aside for a second. Pump looks okay. Let's see what we got. Oh boy. Look at the dirt. And that is exactly what it is dirt. Last time I dropped this and pulled it down, see all that nice, you can't, that gray coating, it was all pretty good in here. And there was no rust. But I'm thinking that's dirt, just came down through here. So, start cleaning, more to come later. Now I got it washed and pressure tested, and it's leaking where the holes were. In fact, you can see one there. I peeled some off. Can't get in there. There we go. And it's all about the same across there. Wherever you saw that putty. Got our air drying out right now. Nice airflow. It'll be dry in a couple hours, but I'll let it go till dark, and then I'll just take the fan off and let it dry overnight. No rust in the gas tank at all. There's the same old discoloration that was in there before, but there's nothing active, so won't have to recoat the inside. Took apart the filler. See, that's the old fill tube and vent tube. Look at that. When's the last time you saw a fabric covered fuel hose? It's gotta be original. Clean that up. I got a source online for some new fuel line of the right size. You can buy it by the foot, no problem. And that's about it. More later. I have to break this up in parts. Thanks again for watching.